Hello folks, it's Gary JSF. I'm doing something slightly different today. I've done several thousand miles reviews of my motorbikes, but I'm going to do my car today, so here we go. We'll flip to it now and let you have a look at it. Right, that's it there. It's a 2022 RAV4 Icon 2.5 hybrid petrol, 218 horsepower, so we'll give you a look at the side of it. Outside you can see 17-inch alloys. I'm sure there's lots of people who turn around and say that's just not enough, but for me it's plenty. The smaller the wheel, the easier it is in fuel. So that's why I'm happy with it. And as you can see the back of it there, tailgate, and two stainless steel pipes out the back of it. So not a bad car. As I say, there's we'll get through a few bits and pieces while we go. This is the tailgate. Lift her up, and as you can see, there's lots of nice stuff knocking about it, but there's plenty of room in that boot. So or trunk, as our Megas would like to call it. So the back seats fold down flat, and that little blind comes out handy enough. And that's the business end. 2.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, paired with electric motors. There's a bit of wiring going on there, so I'm sure you can see it's quite a complex thing. The only thing I can compare this to is my Lexus, and the Lexus had quite a big engine cover, where this doesn't. So I'll get to that later, but it is quite a huge, well crammed in that engine. This is the main dashboard. Two settings on it. That's the digital one, where you have at the top you have the miles per hour and then kilometers an hour, and then you have different settings here with temperature outside and your odometer reading down there. That's fuel consumption. Again, you can go through that. That's your cruise control and your lane part. This is the part that's for your audio. That's to show you the batteries and how it's working, and then there's settings, and then you've got messages from your phone. Now that's the digital one, but I prefer the analog, so this is the one I prefer with the analog speedo. Still has all the same things. You have your clock up here, you've got your EV, you've got your speed limit. This here is, instead of a rev counter in the hybrid, you do have an eco meter, rather than a eco and power meter rather than a rev counter. Again, it's showing you've got your gear select, which is automatic, of course, we're sitting in park. Your kilometers per hour. You've got your outside temperature and your odometer. And again, we have here you have your amount left in the tank, 320 miles. Your average fuel consumption, 52.8. Not bad for a big vehicle, is it? Then you've got your fuel meter, and you've got your temperature gauge. So that's it. Then let's look at the steering wheel. You have, this will be for all your audio controls and all your menu controls on that main dash, and you've got voice commands. This one here is for voice commands. So if you hit that, you can dial people, or you can change tracks. You've got your volume control. On this side, you've got your cruise control there, and you've got your speed limiter there. Well, you can use either or, and setting and resetting. You've got your distance from your radar cruise control, and you've got your lane keep assist. Then you've got your modes for all the different bits and pieces. That's for the radio, switching that on, and it takes the audio back and forward. And then you've got tuning or between tracks. Again, the main screen now, it's touchscreen, and you've got your menus there, audio, phone, setup. Then you can flick to the audio, you can select there. You have a button for map, but as you can see, navigation is not available in this system. It is the poverty spec, as I would call it. It is the base model, and you've got your phone setup and tracks, channels changing, and then your setup. Tune. You've got a rotary tune dial and rotary volume control, and also in the sat nav now, a lot of the road testers just love this, where you have your temperature control. Let's see, we'll switch her on and you'll see comes up. What comes up? Okay, that's the temperature control. Dual zone temperature control. You can change it either way. Switch that off. So you have climate control, and you have all the different settings on buttons here. A lot of the road testers just love that. You switch your traction control off, and here you've got your park, reverse, drive. You've got hold. This is what will hold it in the brakes when you come to a stop, and then when you just accelerate away, it releases the brakes automatically. Very handy. And then you've got your park and brake. These ones here, Eco, Normal, and Sport, is for your program setting. Eco's for economical. Normal is what I keep it in, so that's fine. And then you've got Sport if you want to give it some. And then you have an EV mode. EV mode, you have to be very gentle or it'll kick off. So that's virtually never used. So that's basically that. This one here, as I say, is a base model Icon, cloth upholstery. I say no sat nav in it, but it does have Android Auto, so you can put your phone on it and run Android Auto. What I found, I had an old sat nav line in one of my cupboards in the house, and it was put onto there. So we do have an old Garmin sat nav there, but as I say, easily enough to go through for the Android Auto. And again, you've got a 12 volt socket there, you've got your USB there, you've got a 12 volt socket under there, and you've got 2 USBs at the back. Everything you'll need. So we'll go for a drive and let you see it from there. Right, just select drive, and as you see, you can pull off silently. One thing there is in this, it has an artificial sound. Now these things make virtually no sound when normally, because I had the Lexus NX, and it drove along with virtually no sound, but this has at slow speeds it has an artificial sound. It makes it sound like a milk float, but it's not too bad. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear it, the petrol motor has kicked in. What I will do, I'll show you the animation. So as in there, I'll show you the petrol engine, the electric motor, and say both are driving at the moment, and there's a battery level. So seriously quiet car. Now say I to compare to the last time I had an NX was 2020, and it was an SE, and it didn't have it was pretty much identical spec to this. It really was. It was like this has reversing camera and reversing sensors, but no front sensors, and that was the same as that NX. And the NX again didn't have sat nav. I'm not a big fan of Toyota sat navs. The Lexus and Toyota is the same as. So I'm sure you can hear there's very little sound of this car. It's very quiet. When you do get up to motorway speeds, if you start to hit about 70, the mirrors are like dustbin lids. They're huge mirrors on this, and they do create a bit of noise. But it's not a big deal, but it's probably because the car is actually quite quiet. You notice that noise, but huge big dustbin lids, and I say now you see moderate acceleration. There's no great noise off it. It's quite a civilized car. Say 218 brake horsepower. That's the 2.5 petrol, and the electric motors brings in the 218 horsepower. I'm well impressed with it with fuel consumption. I'm getting over 50 miles per gallon for such quite a substantial vehicle. In the SUV style. It's a two-wheel drive now. It's not four-wheel drive. It's two-wheel drive. Now, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this, but all the road testers complain about when you accelerate hard is the sound of it. I don't think that's too excessive. Now, it is a constant sound. It's not, you know, where you have even automatics where they're changing up and down gears. You hear the difference in tone. This would certainly be monotone, and for all the time that I would accelerate hard like that, it's quite livable. It's not. It really doesn't annoy me. And if these road testers are honest with themselves, the times that they're clogging on, where they're really giving it the berries, where the revs will climb, is in normal driving is very few and far between. So comes with all the collision warnings and radars for, you know, anti-collision, where they will automatically brake for you and things like that. So fairly well equipped car. No heated seats, no front parking sensors, but has rear parking sensors, rear camera, and also it's a nice big square bonnet. So when you look at the bonnet, it's easy judged when you're parking. So again, it's not really a problem. When you've had them, you certainly miss them, but it's not a big deal. Auto retractable mirrors, it has that. Got all the electric windows all around. Say it's got the full climate control. So fairly well equipped car. And now the reason, I'll get to the reason now why I chose this over the Lexus. I've been driving Lexus for 10 years, and now I'm going to retire early. And the thing is, the car that I was getting now was one I was going to keep, and was going to be practical with the big boot, etc. And the Lexus, all the Lexus NX came in over £40,000. Now, in the UK, there's extra tax to pay, luxury car tax, on cars over 40,000. So it's an extra £385 per year for the first 5 years. Now, okay, when you buy a new car, you don't have to pay it for the first year, but when you go to tax again, it's way over £500, and you know you're getting nothing for that. So this one, I think, is £155 per year. The Lexus, say, the equivalent model is around about 41,000. Maybe it got a couple more gizmos on it, but it's not a lot. Where this one came in around about 33,500. With same chassis and running gear, and the same motor. Okay, the new NX is around about 240 horsepower, where this one's 218. The previous My 2020 one was 197 horsepower and would struggle to get 37 miles to the gallon, so this one's so much more efficient. So again, I'll give it the berries now and let you hear the sound of it. Now, as I say, it's monotone. It's far from loud. And to compare this to the 2020 Lexus NX, it's equally as good a car. If I'm going to be nitpicky about it, if I want to find something that isn't as good as the Lexus, I would say there's slightly more sound deadening under the bonnet in the Lexus. But it is minimal, and it could be my imagination. It's minimal if it's there at all. But if you're paying cash for a car, the Toyota's a far better bet. It's definitely is a equally as good a car, and I suppose you could say less pretentious, because you're not looking at this what people deem a luxury brand. So a great car. Lexus, I was getting Lexus on PCP deals, and my payments were staying the same, and you know they were very affordable payments. But if I'm going to keep a car and I'm going to pay it off, it's better having a Toyota and having a few extra pounds in my pocket. So folks, that's my quick look at my Toyota RAV4 Icon. So that's only personal opinion. There's no professionalism from this, but I'm feeling no hardship coming from a Lexus to this car. It's equally as good a car, and well, let's say you're saving yourself $7,000 over the Lexus. But let's say if you're getting a PCP deal on the Lexus, sometimes they can work out just as cheap on the monthly payments. So that's your swings and roundabouts. But my reasoning was that if I'm going to keep a car, it's the tax thing, and the government should actually look at this tax thing. It's come in maybe I think 4 or 5 years ago, and cars have gone up substantially, but that 40,000 threshold has stayed the same. So the government should look at it, and I'm sure the car manufacturers should maybe be putting pressure on, because it's affecting their sales. And I say Lexus will be their sales have been impacted by me, because I'm not going to them and I've gone to the Toyota. But thanks for watching. Any questions, send it down below. I'll do my best to answer them as honestly as possible, and take care. Bye for now.